text. What we're going to talk about now in this video, though, is a little different style, which is more the cream of the crop type backlinks. And we're going to show you in this video how to get backlinks from high quality sites where it's actually not easy to get a backlink. So you're not going to find that these sites have a lot of outgoing links. Your link is going to be, one among just a few, and they're going to be really high page rank pages that you're getting your link on, and they're going to be recent pages. So even in some of the automated stuff that we've been doing, you'll be getting a backlink from a page that maybe came out 3 years ago, and for whatever reason the blog owner still has comments open and they're do follow, and you can get a backlink there using some of the automated tools here in the members area. But what we're talking about here are we're going to get some high quality backlinks from blogs, from recent blog posts on high page rank blogs. And so this is a whole different type of signal that we're sending to Google now, because Google's now going to see that not only do you have high page rank backlinks from older sites and older pages, and a large number of lower quality backlinks that all have your keyword phrase in them, but that you also are actively commenting and getting backlinks from blogs that are authority type blogs and that have recent blog comments, and that blog owners are approving your comments. All these things the Google algorithm can tell about. And these are all indicators of a authority site. If you think about the authority sites that are out there, people that are authorities in their niche or in their market area, they're actively getting backlinks, and they can get backlinks from all types of places, not just old pages or not just automated type pages, but they're getting backlinks that are being manually approved and manually approved on brand new blog posts on authority sites. And these are all the types of things that authority sites have, and so you need to have your site get those as well. And I would almost guarantee that if you use Market Samurai to look at your top 10 competition, especially those in the top 3, you're going to find that a lot of these folks will have this type of thing. They'll have some backlinks that you look at and you say, oh, I could do that with an automated tool. And then you're also going to see some backlinks where you're like, wow, that's definitely a backlink that would be difficult to get. So anyway, without further ado, let me show you some of my strategies for doing this. Now, I'm going to start out firing up Scrapebox. And if you don't have Scrapebox, I would encourage you just to watch this anyway. It's a great tool. Basically, what I've done is I have in my my harvester over here. Okay, what I did was I was searching for WordPress blogs, and I'll show you why in just a second. And then I basically didn't want any keywords in there to start. I wanted to just show you what happens when you do this. So I had no keywords in here at all to start, and I did -SEO. So that means what Scrapebox is going to do is it's going to search Google, Yahoo, and Bing, and use a WordPress footprint that they have pre-programmed. So this will help you to find WordPress blogs, and it will eliminate any blogs that are related to SEO, and that's my goal. And the reason why is because we're going to be doing some manual commenting here, and I don't want to be commenting on other SEO blogs, especially because they're likely to know what you're doing, and some of them might even be my competitors. So I'm just not interested in them seeing what I'm doing and them being able to get all the details about my business. So I don't want any SEO blogs. You could put your keyword phrases in this box as well if you want to narrow down the list, but I just wanted to get as broad a list as possible because I'm really going for high page rank type sites. And then I clicked start harvesting. And so what I came up with, I did that for Google and Yahoo. What I came up with is a list of man, I can't even remember how many thousands of blogs that all were WordPress blogs. And then just going through the steps real quick so you don't have to wait for me to do them all. Then what I do over here is I click remove duplicate domains. So that means I only have one page in my list here from each WordPress blog. So, because some WordPress blogs you might find that they have multiple domains will end up in your harvest list. I mean, multiple pages from one domain will end up in your harvest list. So I removed all the duplicate domains, and that way I only had one page from each domain in my harvest list. And then the main thing I'm interested in doing then is using this add-on right here, and I am going to check for do follow and no follow. And that's my main thing I'm interested in. Now, there is a lot of debate out there about do follow and no follow, and it's possible that do follow could be just one big or the whole no follow thing could be just one big lie that Google has put out to keep people from spamming. It's highly possible that this whole no follow thing doesn't even matter, and that the algorithm um, just pretty much ignores the no follow tag and passes PageRank through a no follow link just the same as a do follow link. If you have questions about do follow and no follow, go ahead and post them in the forum here, and I can answer them for you. But I'm assuming most of the people know what I'm talking about. Now, the thing is, even if it is a big lie, and no follow is just that the Google algorithm passes PageRank through no follow links, and it doesn't really matter if it's no follow or do follow. I'm just gonna follow what Google actually says is true. And especially because I'm going to be doing some manual work here, so I don't want to waste my time on getting a no-follow backlink from a high PageRank blog, especially if Google says that no-follow doesn't pass PageRank. I'm just going to assume what they say is true. But I know that it's possible it's not true. However, it doesn't hurt, since I'm using an automated tool here to find these sites. It really doesn't hurt narrowing down my options a little bit. So that's why I narrowed down these options by using this do follow no follow check add-on in Scrapebox. And here is a list. I'll bring up my list here of what I have here. So I've got here 55,000 URLs, okay? And I actually imported a bunch of other lists of sites that I had laying around on my hard drive, so I ended up with just a giant list. And you can see there were I think like 20,000 of these or something. It brought in 404 errors. They were like dead sites, but it just doesn't really matter to me. I'm just trying to find as many do follow pages as I could. So then I got out of that list so far. I actually have some more to run. I have about I don't know, 5,000, 6,000 more blogs to run through this, but I've just paused this run for now while I record this video. So then you run this do follow no follow check on your entire list of WordPress pages that you scraped using this scraper over here, okay? And the reason why you don't want to narrow this down to the home page, you want it to be a page that is actually a blog post, because the do follow no follow check has to go and find the comment area of the page and will then let you know if that page is do follow or no follow. And so that's why I didn't narrow it down by domain at all. I just I didn't oops, got a little error there. Anyway, I didn't do this trim to root thing because I want the do follow no follow check to actually scrape and search the actual full page that has an actual blog post on it, and that way I can ensure that it can determine if it's do follow or no follow. So then what I do is I come up with my list of do follow no follow, and you can export it as a text file. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to import and add. You could do import or replace. I just happen to have some other ones in here, so I'm going to do import and add. And then I have my list here of all export do follow. So that's my list of 168 do follow blogs. These are all blogs. They're WordPress blogs, and they are all blogs that Scrapebox has determined have do follow links, especially in the username when you comment. And I'm going to open that. It's going to add it to my list. You can see I've got 229 now pages. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my proxies. I'm not going to show you what they are, but I'm going to check use proxies. And I am going to, first let me remove duplicate domains again to make sure I've only got one. Okay. So now we're down to 168 domains. You can see I already did a PageRank check on some of these. That's why some of these are listing, but a lot of these don't. I haven't checked for PageRank yet. And so then I'm going to just paste my proxies in over here off screen and actually use Squid proxies for this. I like Squid proxies. They've done great for me. I use Link Wheel Bandit, and I use my Squid proxies for that. And I also use my Squid proxies for my Scrapebox stuff. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to check the page rank of every blog in this list that I've scraped. And what I want to do is I don't want to get URL page rank. Okay, even though I have these long URLs here, I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the home page of the domain. What is the page rank of that home page? So I'm going to click on Get Domain Page Rank. So then what Scrapebox is going to do is, instead of getting the page rank of this whole big long URL here, it's just going to get the page rank, say with this blog, instead of it checking the page rank of howtocatchacheater.net /1657 /my boyfriend blah 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 blah, it's just going to check the page rank of the home page of this blog, howtocatchacheater.net, because I'm mainly interested in the home page page rank, and I'll show you why in just a second. So we're going to click Get Domain Page Rank here, and here it is, checking page rank of the home page of each one of these. And you can see it's just going down the list. And I have it set to only check, I believe I have it set to do maybe four at a time, so that way I don't burn out my proxies too fast. And it just runs down the list. So what we're going to have, so let me just tell you what we're going to get here at the end of all this is a list of blogs that have high page rank on the home page of the blog, okay? And I am looking for PageRank 5 and up. If the homepage of the blog does not have a PageRank 5 or higher, I'm not interested in that blog for this specific technique. Okay, it might be valuable for other things, but for this specific technique, I'm not interested in that blog if it has a PageRank 5 or higher. And let's just look at one of them that came up here, and I've got this one. And actually, while this is running, you can actually open it still while it's still checking PageRank. You can still open various blogs in the list here, and we have here his page. You can see. Oh wait, let me go to the home page so I can show you down here. PageRank 5. Okay, so we can confirm that. And we're going to go to his blog. This is where we're going to be able to get a comment. Now, this is actually a good example because if you look. It looks like he's abandoned this because we've got the most recent blog is from 2008, and if you click, 922 comments does not look good. This would be an example of one that probably wouldn't want to bother with. Let's check this out and see. Yeah, so we've got hundreds and hundreds of comments. We've got all sorts of crap in the. We got the Forex guys are up in there. We've got all kinds of crap in here. We've got multiple pages of comments. This would be an example of one that you wouldn't want to waste your time with. I'm glad I showed you it, because by the time your comment shows up, it's going to get bumped way down the list, and it's not going to have much value. It's not going to be worth your time to actually comment on here. This is an abandoned blog. So this is one that looks like he probably has auto approve turned on, so you can just is probably not moderating these at all, and just people are just blasting the heck out of this. This would be a blog that would show up in one of your blog comment blasts that you purchase on Wikidfire. Let's try a different example. I'm glad I showed you that though, because I'm going to talk about this type of blog in a second. Okay, good. So we finished the PageRank check, and let's just go down the list and look for another high PageRank blog. Okay, this one looks a little bit better. This is the Jim's Pancakes. It's a PR5, and it has a lot of good things in it. It's got the blog actual blog posts are right on the home page. So basically what you're getting here is this PageRank 5 is funneling PageRank down to each blog post here. And so although and so then and this is funneled down, so then by the time it gets down to here, this is an individual PR3 page, and you can comment on it here. And he has, let's do this, we've got no follow links highlighted, so any no follow link on this page is going to be highlighted, and you can see people are posting their comments here, and in the username they've got a link, and it is do follow, so it is passing PageRank. And this would be a good example of a blog that would be worth it for you to go in and post a comment, except for one thing. That is the fact that the last blog post on this was September 2011. So that means he's not actively posting here. And you might say, oh, what's the problem with that? The problem with that is if he's not actively posting and maintaining, and if you don't see a lot of any other comments, recent comments here, if you try to comment, it's probably not going to get approved. It's probably going to be a waste of your time. You could try, but in my experience, if you do a manual comment on a blog post that is, over 3 months old, even over 2 months old, a lot of times it means that a lot of times it just won't get approved at all, and you will look like someone who's trying to just get a link instead of looking like someone who's trying to join the conversation, which is what you want to look like. So other than that, this would look like a good one that would be worth your time. But I would say my specific with my specific time criteria, or at least the people that I hire to do this, I really wouldn't want them to spend the time on a site like this just because it's an older blog comment. The other thing you want to show Google that you are active in the blog arena, and that your blog comments are getting approved in brand new blog posts. Okay, let's check out this PR5 here, painfully hip. We're going to just open a default. Whoops, hold on, I don't want to do that. I want to open in default browser. And then we're going to just go to the home page. We're just going to confirm the up here and click home. Just going to confirm the page rank. Yep, we have a page rank 5 on the home page. And then if we scroll down here a little bit, you can see it's also good because you can see that the blogs are posted directly on the home page, which is good. That means that this link right here, painfully trite Twitter tweets, this PageRank 5 juice is going through this link right here and is hitting this page, the specific blog page that you are going to leave a comment on. And let's just see if we can confirm that comments are do follow. And here, if you scroll over Jillian here, you can see she's got uos.com as her link in her username, and actually this looks like a spam comment. If you look, she's asking about Jillian here. Jillian, in quotes, is asking, "Can you give me some advice about how to write a blog post?" This looks like a spam, a spam comment, but it actually got approved. So that's a pretty good spam comment there. But it looks like it's somewhat relevant because it's the actual blog post is about not writing painfully trite Twitter tweets. So maybe this blog owner thought this was a valid comment. But anyway, so the good thing is this would be a great target for you. It's PageRank 5, so that PageRank 5 is going to be funneled in here. Now this says PageRank 0 out of 10, but I would not trust that because the PageRank is usually a couple of months behind. So a blog post from April 8th, 2012 would not show up with any PageRank yet in the toolbar, because even though it does have PageRank, Google's internal PageRank calculator is functioning all the time. It's updated multiple times per day, or maybe even in real time. So Google knows what the PageRank of this page is, even though it says 0 out of 10, or a lot of times it'll say unranked or something like that, or NA in your toolbar. But that doesn't mean this doesn't have PageRank. You could tell that it has PageRank just by surmising from the fact that this PageRank 5 page has a link on it to the page that we're targeting. This link here is do followed, and so the PageRank 5 is going to be passed through there, and it's going to land, and then this page here is going to get that PageRank. So this is definitely worth making a comment on. So what you're going to do here is you're going to leave a reply, and you're just going to put your name, the name of your pseudonym for your site, or your real name if it's your real name. And I usually take my cues from the other commenters in the blog. I want my comment to get approved. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just go down through the home page here, and I'll look at some of the other blog posts. Especially I'll just scroll down and look for one that has a lot of comments, and I'll see, is anyone getting comments approved with keywords in with keywords as their username. So we've got here 6 glorious comments on this. This is an older one from March 19th. We're just going to check it out. See, is anyone using keywords? This person, comp, I would say that's not a keyword. Costume jewelry. Okay, so this is good. We've got someone got a comment approved with a keyword phrase costume jewelry in as the username. So I would, if I was commenting here, I would probably take a risk and put my keyword phrase in as the username. Okay, just because it looks like she's approving that from other. I'm assuming it's a female person doing the blog comment approval. So as long as your comment is good and relevant to the site, you're going to get an anchor text link back. Now, if you end up having to use if you look and really none of the other people commenting are using keywords as their username, just use your pseudonym for your site, or if it's your real name, if you're doing this for your own site, it's not going to hurt you. You're still going to get the page rank. And it'll actually do well for you for anchor text diversity, because again, you want to have you don't want to have 100% of your links with your keyword phrase in the link text. You want to have varied link text, just like it would be in the real world. So it's still valuable because you're going to get that high page rank link, that juice coming back to your site. So I would just put your name in here, put your email address. Hopefully you have an email address set up for your site, even if it's an AdSense site. Put that real email address in there, and then go ahead and put your website in there. And make your comment real. Make it relevant to the blog post, 3 or 4 sentences. And you can outsource this. You'll probably have to outsource it to English speakers. That's what I've done, is just used actual English speakers, college students, stay-at-home moms and stuff like that, and they just write a real comment in there. It's not spammy or spun in any way. It's manually punched in. And there you have it. You're going to have a high PageRank link, almost guaranteed to be approved if you follow the instructions that I just gave you, pointing back to your money site. Now that's the general strategy. Now I want to give you a couple of pointers just to help you figure out if it's worth it to post a comment or not. Okay, so here's a couple things, and a couple of things we looked at already. This was an example of first thing you want to look at, or one of the things you want to look at, is, are there tons of other comments on the page? And if it's a heavily spammed blog, it's not worth it for you to make a manual comment. Just click the X up here and close that page. Don't waste any more time if you see hundreds of spam comments. That's not what we're trying to do here. And your comment is going to be lost in a sea of other comments. And so the actual, even though this might be a PageRank 4 page, if there's 500 comments on there, all with backlinks, you're going to get very little. The PageRank is going to be so watered down by the time it goes through your link. It's just not going to be worth it at all. So if it's a heavily spam page, skip it. If it's, in this case, if it's an old blog post, skip it. It's unlikely, at least in my experience, that your comment is going to get approved if you post it on an old blog post from older than a couple of months ago. It might show up as page rank. You're like, oh, it's great, it's a page rank 4 page, but you're going to spend time. You're going to spend 3-4 minutes writing a comment, or maybe if you're hiring somebody to do it, either way. But then in the end, it's probably not going to get approved, and that's just been my experience. So just skip it if it's an old blog post. If you have a blog yourself, you know what I'm talking about here. If you have a brand new blog post and you put it out there, you're watching it pretty closely for a number of days, and you're really interested in what people say, and so your blog comments are way more likely to get approved. I've had people, blog owners, write back to me, comment back, and it ends up being kind of a conversation. It's much more effective if it's a brand new blog post, because the blog owner really wants to get a bunch of comments on that page. So it's just going to be so much easier if it's a new blog post. And then the other thing that you can do is, like we did with this one, we ended up skipping it, but go and navigate to a few of the older blog posts on the list and see if PageRank has been passed down to them. Because if that's your indication that see, like this one, I clicked down, and this is an older blog post from 2008, and you can see that the page rank is a 4. So that shows me that they are, now, although we did skip this one because it was heavily spammed, it's an example of a blog post where you can see it's getting page rank from the home page, because this individual blog post is a page rank 4. So that means that it's really going to be worth it. I mean, if it wasn't so heavily spammed, it would be worth it to leave a comment, because it'd be worth it to leave a comment on one of the newer blog posts, because if the older blog posts tend to get page rank 4, page rank 5, that means that the brand new ones are probably page rank 4 or 5 as well. So you want to check and make sure that, like say with this painfully hip one, go down through a couple of these older blog posts, and let's see, you'd want to go like at least a month back. So let's go to older entries and just see. And then you'd want to click on some of those ones from like March, or maybe even go back to February and see, do they have page rank, when the PageRank toolbar updates, what PageRank did Google end up assigning to it. And that's usually a signal of the type of PageRank that your brand new posts are going to have as well, and that way you can tell if it's worth it to post a link on there. And of course, you want to make sure that the blog posts actually are on the home page as well. Make sure there's an actual link on the home page to the blog posts, because if your home page has a high page rank but none of the blog posts are linked from the home page, then you're not going to get that page rank passed down to the individual blog posts. Now you might be saying to yourself, is this really worth it? I mean, it's probably hard to go to anything manual once you've done all this automated stuff and you've pushed buttons and seen 10,000 links appear and stuff like that. I know it can be difficult to go back to manual, but I want to emphasize to you the value of a really high page rank link, and especially one that doesn't have a lot of outgoing backlinks. If you are able to comment with an automated tool on a page, then so is anyone else that can get a hold of that tool. And I guarantee that it's very rare that you're able to find a page that you can post to in an automated way and not get a bunch of other people eventually discovering it as well. So I want to just emphasize to you the value of a high page rank link. The difference between a page rank 5, if you look down here, page rank 5, and a page rank 2 page, it's not just like an addition of page rank, it's exponential. So we don't know exactly the scale of page rank as you go up, but I do know that a page rank 5 is worth at least 10 page rank 4s. So if you had 10 links on 10 PageRank 4 pages, one PageRank 5 backlink is going to be worth just the same as 10 PageRank 4s. So, and especially if on that PageRank 5, say you have a PageRank 5 page like this one, and you're able to get backlink and there's only maybe 3 other backlinks, that means most of that juice, a good, a third of that juice is going to you. So if you compare that to say a PageRank 5 page where you can spam it, you can slam it with automated links. It's for whatever reason it's an abandoned page. The owner's not paying attention to it. They don't even care about it or whatever. And everybody's hitting that page. Even if it's a PageRank 5, you're splitting that PageRank up among all the other people that hit it with automated tools. So if you do something manual, even though you might be spending 4 or 5 minutes, or you might be hiring somebody to spend 4 or 5 minutes to get this PageRank 5, you got to think about it. It's worth 10 PageRank 4 links, or it's worth maybe 20 PageRank 2 links. So even though you're spending a couple minutes on it of your manual time, it's definitely going to be worth it. And I've seen sites even just last week where I did some manual blog commenting and I saw them jump in the rankings where I couldn't get them to move at all before with automated linking, because these manual backlinks are such higher quality, if you compare to the stuff you're going to get with automated tools. I mean, the disadvantage to them is a lot of times you can't get your keyword phrase in the anchor text. So it's worth it to still get these automated backlinks because those are the ones that are telling Google what keywords you want to rank for. But these ones are the ones where you're getting the authority, you're getting the high PageRank juice flowing down to your site. Now let me just give you a couple of strategies for getting these blog posts to stick. One of the big strategies that I use is I actually get in a conversation with the people that have already commented. Okay, so it's a great way that you can get your comment to seem more relevant, and it's an easier way to come up with something to talk about because all you have to do is disagree with somebody who's already posted. So say here they're like, love the color of your dress, wish I had a never-ending story pendant. I would leave a comment that said, let me see, what color is this? Yeah, I'd say, I like the color myself, but I tend to look better in spring colors or something like that. But I do like how it looks on you, or blah blah blah. So I'm basically kind of disagreeing with Emma here. That's a great strategy that you can use to make your comments seem a lot more relevant and to get your comment approved. And sometimes you can actually even get it in disagreement with yourself. So if you have a couple of different sites that you're using and you have say you got a PageRank 4 page, do a couple of blog comments on it. So say you post under one username and one pseudonym or whatever, you post your comment, then you post another comment disagreeing with the other comment that you made with a backlink to a different site, a different pseudonym, and you can get into a little debate with yourself. You could even debate back and forth a couple of times. Say if your initial 2 blog posts get approved, like the original one and then the comment where you disagreed with yourself, then you know that they're liking it and they're going to approve your links. I would go in and continue the debate, make the debate last a couple more posts. And this is a great way to get multiple backlinks on a high PageRank page because you set up a debate among 2 different pseudonyms that you own. Now you do have to be careful here because if you're doing it all from the same IP address, the blog owner could look into that and figure out that it's all from the same person. So sometimes you could do that with proxies, or you could just do it by resetting your router or something, like turn your router off and turn it back on so it gives you a new IP address. There's lots of different ways you can do it. Proxies might be the easiest way, but you can definitely get multiple backlinks setting up a debate among different people. Even have 3 different people debating, 3 of your sites, 3 different pseudonyms, 3 different backlinks to all your sites. It's a great way to leverage once you've found a page that has high PageRank and that where the blogger is approving your comments. Make the most of it. And then what I do is I develop a whole list then of blogs like this one, painfullyhip.com, that have high PageRank, where I have personally had these comments approved in the past, so I know they're going to approve my comment. And then you can go in and post a comment on every single blog post, or maybe not every single one, that might be a little suspicious, but on many of their blog posts, post a comment. And then you're getting multiple comments from this high page rank authority blog, you start to establish a relationship with the blog owner because they've seen your comments before. Your stuff's going to get approved a lot easier, and it's like almost like a guaranteed high page rank link. So then you end up getting, 10 backlinks from this PageRank 5 blog over time, all pointing to your money site. So keep track of if your stuff gets approved or not, and then go back to those blogs and post again. Especially if it was really easy, then you could, when you have a new site, you go back through the list again and you start commenting. With a new pseudonym or a different set of keywords or whatever, because you already know, well, this particular blog owner, they like my comments, they tend to approve them easily, so then you know it's a guaranteed backlink almost, and it's a lot more, then you know it's worth spending your time on it. So make sure you start to establish a list of these once you start to get a hold of these. Just a quick tip for you too, you could actually automate a lot of this using Mechanical Turk. And this would be a great thing if you have multiple sites. So say if you have 4 sites, you can, and you want to click on Get Results from Mechanical Turk Workers. If you need me to do a tutorial on Mechanical Turk, we've used it quite a bit and I could show you more, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You just click Get Started. You go to mturk.com and then /mturk/welcome, and then you click on Get Started here for on the Get Results side. And basically what you could do then is post a Mechanical Turk task, say where you're paying $1 or $2, and say I want I want 3 different people to give me a 100-word comment on this specific page, and then paste in, say this painfully hip blog post where you want to put your comment, and then there you go. You've got 3 great comments written, and you only paid $1 or $2 for each one, and then you can just go right in and paste them in for all your 3 sites. So Mechanical Turk is a great way if you want to automate this, and you want to get a good variety of comments, and they're usually pretty cheap as well. So this is a great way to do it, to use Mechanical Turk to automate it. You can also use dropmylink.com to find these blogs, and do follow. You just, in the drop down, you choose do follow comment blogs, and this isn't a foolproof search here. Some of these will be no follow blogs that come in, but basically what this does is it searches Google for you. And what I like to do is I'll just search 1, then I'll search 2, then I'll search 3, then I'll search 4, 5, then I'll do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way down, and just get a huge list. And then what you do is you click search, and then scroll to the bottom and click advanced search. And what you want to do is, down here, you want to choose customize your search settings on the bottom, and then you want to make it 100 results per page. Okay, so you want to go all the way up to here to 100, and then this is specifically for using Drop My Link. Then over here you want to install the SEO Quake toolbar, okay? And you can just get that by going to seoquake.com. I've talked about this a lot in a lot of different videos. And then you activate your SEO toolbar when you do your Drop My Link search. So I just clicked on it to activate it. You can just go to seoquake.com and get that. So then I've activated it, and then I'm going to do my Drop My Link search again here to search for the number 1. And what will happen is your SEO Quake interface will pop up there, and you can request parameters. Okay, so then what it's going to do now is it's going to go down for every single page here, and it's going to find the page rank of that specific page. And this one won't be foolproof because it's not going to be finding the home page rank. It'll be finding the page rank of the specific post. So it's Drop My Link is finding these long strings, so these are like individual blog posts. But then after you've got all your parameters done, you want to sort by page rank here, Google Page Rank. You click that little down arrow, and what that'll do is it'll sort your first 100 results, and it'll bring the highest page rank pages up to the top. So you're almost guaranteed that if you've got a blog where an individual blog post is through page rank 3, that the home page is going to be even higher page rank. So that'll help to identify some of those high page rank pages. And then obviously you have to go through the other checks that I've talked about in this video to see if it's worth a manual comment or not. And the other thing you could do is you could just type into Google list of do follow blogs. These lists are popping up all the time, and there's some of them. There's a list of like hundreds of do follow blogs on some of these. I mean, look at this Scrapebox list of 1,500 do follow blogs. 400 do follow blogs, so there's tons of lists out there. The problem with a lot of these is a lot of these blog owners, you will find that they once they get on one of these lists, they start getting massive numbers of comments. Some people, even though a lot of these are not auto approved blogs, but people still throw them into Scrapebox and just spam the heck out of them. And then a lot of these blog owners will just turn no follow back on because it's so frustrating to get so much comment activity that's really not real. So some of these lists are less valuable than others. But if you want to try some shortcuts instead of doing the drop my link thing or the Scrapebox technique, you can just do it by pulling other people's lists, and then hopefully half of those will actually be do follow. But you want to actually run these through. You still want to run these through some kind of PageRank checker. I would automate that, so you could just do like a search for bulk PageRank checker, and then this will let you paste in like 100 different blogs. Some of them even let you do 1,000 or 500, and that'll let you check the PageRank of a large number of blogs as well. If you decide to download one of those do follow blog lists, and that way you can at least narrow it down quite a bit so that you're not even bothering with the low page rank ones. But you could do that without Scrapebox as well. If you have Scrapebox, then obviously you just use Scrapebox to check the bulk page rank of all those blogs. And even if you don't have proxies, I can get away with sometimes checking 100, 200 different domain names for PageRank with Scrapebox just off of my cable modem here. So a lot of times Google lets you get away with a pretty good number of queries before they start blocking your IP address or throwing captchas at you or whatever. But yeah, that's another couple of ways you can find some really high page rank. But definitely don't go for blogs where the page rank is lower than a page rank 5. It's just not worth your time. You can get PR1s and 2s, sometimes even 3s with automated tools. So it's really not worth your time to do a manual comment if it's not page rank 5 or above. Make sure you're valuing your time highly. So get out there and do this stuff. You're really gonna find that your rank increases, and it will also solidify you if you're getting up into the position, 4, position 3, even position 5. It's gonna really solidify your ranking, and it's gonna make you hard to knock out of the rankings because you'll have some of these backlinks that your competitors won't have if they're only using automated tools and they're not using any manual comments like this. Okay, so that's it for now. Now stay tuned for the next video where we talk about automating social signals even more. We're going to show you the results of our NOAM, our freelancers that got us the 500 NOAM social profiles and things like that. And we'll get to that all in the next video. But for now, get out there and start getting some high page rank manual comments.